Good afternoon, viewers. Thanks for tuning to Reflet Afrique Television. This is the Midday News. We'll begin with the headlines. Cameroon joined the rest of the world yesterday, December 9, to celebrate the 17th edition of the United Nations Anti-Corruption Day under the theme, United Against Corruption. The CPDM political party has taken the lead in the regional elections in the west, south, and littoral regions of the country. And in sports, the Champions League games between Paris Saint-Germain and Bassi Sehir will resume on Wednesday, that's yesterday, after it was postponed when players walk off the pitch on Tuesday after allegations that the match official used a racist term when identifying a black assistant coach. This is all for the headlines. Stay tuned for the full edition of the English Newscast. Afternoon once more. The government of Cameroon has urged teachers who abandon their duty posts to return while threatening to take serious actions against them. In a release naming over 1,000 secondary education teachers, Minister Pauline Nalova-Lyonga urges them to show up at the ministry's Human Resource Department within the next 14 days. Failure to show up with documents justifying their current administrative situation, she threatened that disciplinary measures would of course be taken against them. It is also noted that more than 80% of teachers who abandoned their duty posts are from the restive northwest and southwest regions of the country. The 7 p.m. edition brings more details of this story. Cameroon joined the rest of the world yesterday, December 9th, to celebrate the 17th edition of the United Nations Anti-Corruption Day under the theme United Against Corruption. The theme focuses on corruption as one of the biggest obstacles to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, that's the SDGs. And ahead of yesterday's commemoration in Cameroon, the Social Democratic Front parliamentarian has accused the Health Minister Manauda Malashi of mismanagement of COVID funds. More details in this report. Price hikes, corruption and conflict of interest inside Cameroon's health ministry are principal accusations done by the Honorable Jean-Michel Nichou, deputy of the SDF. The declaration was made public in a communique signed on December 2nd, 2020. Even though authorities announced the urgency of COVID-19 in Cameroon, the subject that preoccupies deputy of the Wuri is at the management of funds given to combat the spread of the disease, which amounts to 180 billion francs CFA. In a post on social media, the parliamentarian accused the Minister of Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi, of corruption and misuse of public funds around, attributing to an amount of 50,219,477,924 francs CFA. The Honorable Jacques Nichou remarked that for the minister to have made an offer of 400 bags of rice, the enterprise obtained more than 700 million francs CFA. For him, donations are to be an exchange even though it causes scandals. According to the opponent, he calls on the importance of being able to have secondary hospitals in fields than reinforcing and renovating hospitals that will help COVID-19 patients. Jean Nichou accuses Malashi of all this, while political authorities note these allegations are all false. For proof, he indicated to the press that all of the adoption of the special financial funds against COVID-19 are not yet operational, as he states he is always only informed. The minister, in his recent outing on Sunday in a private TV station, explained that all was done in transparency for the ill-health people to not lack treatment, after the deputy of the Social Democratic Front accused him of false investment amounting to over 20,000 health kits, which cost more than 756 million francs CFA. And after Sunday's first regional elections vote in Cameroon, the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement political party, that's the CPDM, gets 87.5% of seats in the West region of Cameroon. Results of the first ever regional elections in the West region of the country were published on Tuesday, December 8th at the Bafoussam State Council with no major surprise, as the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement political party grabbed 7 out of the 8 divisions. The CPDM party won 53 seats of the 70 in 8 constituencies. The CDU party grabbed all 17 seats in the non-division. The only outstanding opposition party is the UDC party with 20 seats in the known division. Some 17 chiefs will constitute the council instead of 20 due to the rejection of the list from the Menua division. CPDM ruling party grabs 100% win in the regional election in the south region of Cameroon, being the lone political outfit represented. But in the littoral region, though other parties were contesting, the ruling CPDM won in all 4 divisions. In the English-speaking Northwest and Southwest region, the CPDM political party emerged winner as expected in all constituencies. The first plenary session of the regional councillors will take place on Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020. And on to Ghana. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has narrowly beaten his longtime rival, John Mahama, to win a second term with 51.59% of the total vote cast, while opposition leader, former President John Mahama, secured 47.36%, the Electoral Commission announced yesterday. In his victory speech, Akufo-Addo called for unity. Now is the time, irrespective of political affiliations, to unite, join hands and stand shoulder to shoulder, he told his cheering supporters. But Ghana's main opposition political party has rejected the results of the presidential and legislative vote, citing alleged irregularities, even though local and international election monitors have said that the elections were transparent, free and fair. The National Human Rights Commission was able to visit Chadian secret prisons, the existence of which was denounced a few weeks ago by a human rights organization. The mission of the National Human Rights Commission said in its visit that to 2 prisons of the National Security Agency, the ANS, the body presented as the political police of the Chadian regime. After having visited the incriminated cells, the chairman of the commission indicated that the dungeons are not as dismal as described, but also that certain points should be improved. This visit follows the denunciations on the conditions of detention of prisoners in these cells, which do not come under the penitentiary administration, in particular by the Chadian Convention for the Defense of the Human Rights. The exact number of secret prisons the intelligence agency has is yet to be known. And we end this edition with the Champions League game between Paris Saint-Germain and Bassett-Sihi resumed yesterday, that Wednesday, after it was postponed when players walked off the pitch on Tuesday after allegations that a match official used a racist term when identifying a black assistant coach. Players from the Turkish team alleged fourth official Sebastian Coltescu used a racial term to describe the assistant coach, Pierre Webo, who is from Cameroon, before he was sent off by the referees. Racism and discrimination in all its forms has no place within football, adding an investigation would be open and that the match would resume on Wednesday, which took place yesterday evening with new officials. UEFA took to its Twitter handle. Bassett-Sihi substitute Dembaba demanded that the fourth official explain himself and signaled for his teammates to walk off while the French team followed them off the field. The match took place last night with Paris Saint-Germain defeating the Bassett-Sihi with a 5-1 goal. And ladies and gentlemen, it is with this sports note that we end this edition. Thanks for staying tuned to the end. We wish you a good day, and 7 p.m. we will be back.